the Toastmasters and welcome guests. Well, we go from one extreme, a person that's been up here probably 300 times, to a couple icebreaker speeches, and we all love icebreakers, obviously. So our first icebreaker and second speech today is David. I'm not going to try the last, Wiathaka. Is that close? Okay.
Yeah.
Giving his speech Home Away from Home, and it covers generally his growing up and how he ended up in Michigan. And he doesn't have anything in particular he's going to work on today, just kind of establishing that baseline and getting up here and breaking the ice. And Anna, 4 to 6 minutes on this one. So without further ado, David.
Madam Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to give my first speech. I'm a little nervous. I've been here for this long, but for those who don't know me, my name is David Wiathaka. Don't worry about the pronunciation. I probably have had any variation out there, but you're welcome to surprise me. I was born and grew up in Kenya. It's a small country in East Africa with a population of about 50 million. We are mainly known for our wildlife, coffee, tea, marathon runners, and recently a US president. It's a very diverse country. We've got about 52 different tribes, and there's many languages spoken. So one interesting day would be to go into the market and listen to all those different languages being spoken at once. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the youngest of the 4. And being the youngest kind of have its own advantage. My parents were a little bit lenient on me. I guess by the 4th child, you already know how it's going to turn out anyway. So you don't have it all the time. All their own brothers. Our community was pretty much identical. We did all the same things. Every family had a few cows, a few goats, and some chicken. All the kids went to the same schools, wore the same uniform. It was actually difficult to tell us apart, especially when covered with dust and in those school uniforms. And that's how I kind of spent my first 13 years or so before my parents decided to send me to a boarding school. It was an all-boys boarding school. I guess we're trying to pay back for all those things, I did when I was a little young. Or maybe they didn't want to have another teenager around the house. I'm not very sure that their excuse was they wanted me not to have any distractions as I pursued my studies. For the next 4 years, I was in that school. They wasn't much. It was in the capital city, away from the rural areas. Every now and then we'd get, tear gas would drift into a school and there was battles in the city. But other than that, it was a very nice school. After 4 years, I decided to join the University of Nairobi. There I decided to go and pursue a course in electrical engineering. And once I joined there, one thing they don't tell you is that you got to be very active, and I mean physically active, because colleges in Kenya, unlike here, they are very active in politics. When I mean politics, I mean there's a lot of protests and riots, and you end up on the street a lot, running from the police. And one lesson I learned early on, it's very difficult to outrun a policeman on a horse. So I went there for a couple of semesters to be precise, and I thought, I think I have enough physical exercise and it's time for me to look somewhere else to go. And so I decided to come to Michigan. And you may wonder, why Michigan? For all the states, why Michigan? And my simple answer is, I do not know it better. The little brochure they give you from the college does not have weather advisory. They got these nice pictures and promise to experience all the 4 seasons. And I'm sure I've got to experience all the 4 seasons. When going to a new country, there will be new things to learn. people tell you don't use words of gestures if you don't know what they mean. It's very true. But it's not the big things that trip you. It's the little things. You can always see a train coming, but those little things. This happened to me around my second week in the US. I got this little job at factory, and first day I did not bring my lunch. So this nice gentleman came to me and offered me one of his frozen meals. And I've never had frozen meal before, so I didn't know what to do with it. But just to be nice, not to be rude, I decided, yeah, I'm going to give it a try. So I took my fork and knife and tried to cut through this rock. In the back of my mind, I'm wondering, how can anybody? Then after a while, the gentleman noticed what I was doing, came back to me, tapped me on the shoulder, told me, follow me. Took me to the kitchen, and that's how I learned the wonders of the microwave. I've been here now for a while, 15 years to keep the ties, and I've come to make a lot of new friends. Now I know what to do and know what to do. I've also made a lot of friends, acquaintances, and I've come to realize that home is not where you're born. It's not even where you grew up. It's where you find love, friendship, and people who care about you. And now I have a family of my own. I shall take them back to where I came from every now and then. But I'm proud to say that Michigan is my home, far away from home. Thank you.
All right.